Hey everyone, my name is Patrick Flanagan, and welcome to the Buckner Project series of health and wellness videos. Today, this is going to be our third week of health and wellness. For our athletic health, we're going to be focusing on workouts that use a specific muscle group. And your main muscle group is your core. Can anybody point to the core? Pause the video and try to guess where it is. It can also be referred to as abs. The core is really important because it affects almost literally every athletic motion. The core is what you use to sit up straight, and it's really good for preventing injury because if you have a strong core, it can make up for weaker other muscles. So if you're trying to pull up a bar and you don't have a good core, then you'll use too much arms and shoulders, and you could get those injured. So instead, you want to build up a really strong core so you can work all your muscles evenly and prevent injury. Let's take a look at our first exercise, the plank. You want to keep your body level and make sure your butt doesn't get too high. Try to do it for 30 seconds to start off, and you can go as long as you need. Our second exercise is sit-ups. Try to do 3 sets of 15. If you can't do that much, then just work your way up and try it for 30 seconds. You want to keep your feet on the ground and try not to rock your back. And our last exercise is double leg raises. This is probably the hardest of the three, so there's only 2 sets of 10. If you can't, pause your video and try to do the 2 sets of 10. If you can't do that, then just try it with 1 leg. It should be a lot easier than with 2. And keep your leg that you're not kicking up level on the ground all the way. So the first one is a really basic exercise. It's called the plank. So you keep the position that I'm holding in this, and you try to keep it for as long as you can. But just because this is the introductory video, then try to hold it for 30 seconds. And it's really important when you're doing workouts that you pay attention to your breathing. You want to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth so you can use your core and so you can maximize your effort. If you breathe in through your mouth and out through your mouth, then you're prone to hyperventilate and you get tired a lot more quickly, and it raises your heart rate. So you can't do as much of the activities that you'd like to. So everyone pause your video and try to do a plank. And because it's your first time, maybe your first time doing it, then just try to hold it for 30 seconds. You can set a timer on your phone. And as you get stronger, you can do it for more time. And you can do it for more than 30 seconds if you want. The second activity is sit-ups. Those are also pretty basic. Most people know how to do them. I'd at first try to do 3 sets of 15 sit-ups. If you can't do that, then do 3 sets of as many as you can in 30 seconds. It doesn't really matter where you're at. It just matters where you're going. So you really want to focus on improving and not necessarily comparing how many of these you can do next to your friend. You just want to improve as fast as you can. Now pause the video and try to do the 3 sets of 15 sit-ups. And The last core activity is double leg raises. This one is maybe the most difficult of the three. So it's just 2 sets of 10. And if you can't do that, because that requires a lot of core, then try just raising one leg instead of both and keep your other leg flat to the ground. And that should be easier.
So Marquise Brown's diet in 2020 received a lot of attention as he was able to gain 23 pounds in a little bit over 3 months, which is a very short amount of time. So this insane change shows how much that diet can do for your body and how maintaining a diet that is conducive to getting you towards your goals is very important. So for some people, gaining weight, as in Marquise Brown's case, is important. So he's got to adjust his diet in order to do that. For other people, it's keeping fat off is important in their diet. So they have to adjust their diet in order to help them reach that goal. So Marquise Brown's 2020 diet. After changing his diet and gaining 23 pounds, he now averages 5 catches per game, 72 yards per game. And to do that, he ate 4,000 calories a day, which I'm not sure if you've ever tried to do that, but it's very, very difficult. So it's not advised for the average person, but because he is the amount of activity that he partakes in each day, this is what he needs to do in order to live his best life. And even though we may not be partaking in that same amount of activity, there is a certain diet that we need to involve ourselves in that will help us lead our best life. So now we have a game or a little quiz for you to do. And the question is, when doing athletics, you need to eat to stay healthy. True or false? Right. So I bet most of you guessed true, and that would be correct. And it's not just in athletics. In everything in your life, you need to eat to stay healthy.
And it's really important, even if you think you're trying to lose weight, to continue to eat healthily, because your body won't function the way it needs to.
So, mental health is very important because it goes hand in hand with physical health, because your body is all about exercising and then dieting, and then your brain, which is the most important part, controls everything. So it's important to focus on your brain health and your mental health. And like the wise words of Kobe Bryant, who died in a helicopter accident, sadly, he said, "The mindset isn't about seeking a result. It's more about the process of getting to that result. It's about the journey and the approach. It's a way of life." Sorry, I do think that it's important in all endeavors to have that mentality. And what he's saying is basically when you're working out and when you're exercising and stuff like that, you're not focusing on the end goal, which is to win a championship or to be really cool at some sport. It's that every day you get better at what you do. So if you did the plank every day, it's not that you're trying to become the best in the world at doing plank. It's just that every day when you do the plank, you get better and better. And every day you're better than where you were the day before. And another famous tennis player, Arthur Ashe, says, "One important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation." And he says, in order to succeed, you need to prepare, which is like working out and making sure your mind is right and your body is right. And that leads to self-confidence and the ability that you know and you can trust in your body and your mind to do what you want to do. And that's how you are successful. All right.
That's it for our week 3 health and wellness class. Thank you all so much for supporting the Buckner Project, and we hope you guys enjoyed the video and you learned something new. See you next week. Let's take a look at our first exercise, the plank.